to do is check it's just camera mics are working.
I've not got you live as of yet.
Nah.
There we go. Got
Yeah,
you.
coming up. Just whether our voices are working.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can hear us.
that's cool. It's just nice that we can go back on this in a year's time or whatever and just have a video log of everything we've ever done.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
No, mate, I think it's fantastic.
I've never had that on the course before, that I can access all the little bits we did. So yeah, we've just, that surface weathering was just, that's all I've changed it is 5, but
Yeah.
that was the original colour. It's barely any difference. It's just slightly greener.
Just slightly greener, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and I just added that just to give it a little more of a washed out look.
Washed
But
out
then I
look.
thought I could change the intensity. So I thought I could make these a bit more washed out by the coast because they're going to get the wind and
Yeah. Be
drying
more
them out a
weathered.
bit.
Yeah.
And then little areas like that I could leave greener.
Greener, yeah.
You know, little bits. So yeah, just I haven't seen anyone really do that with a course yet. Changing
No,
the
here have I.
colours of the actual fairway textures, and I thought because you can't do it any other way.
No.
It's only that surface weathering idea that I
Only that
thought,
surface, yeah.
yeah. And I only did that by mistake where I joined up the spline and thought, shit, yeah, you can do that, can't you? So, like, say we could have that even less this one, we keep it more lush and green down in that.
Yeah, the burn's right next to there, mate, so that would be
Yeah,
by...
and everything's running downhill, the water's going to come down and
Yeah, so
it's
the
going to
water would
collect into this.
collect there and
It's
make
going to
that a
be,
lot more greener and
yeah, more
lush than
moist, yeah.
other areas.
Yeah, but that needs to be a bit more washed out. I haven't done these ones yet. These are the 2 new fairways. Whereas this one I made it a lot lighter. Just thought it made sense. But yeah, it's working either way. Either way, we're gonna get what we want.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was wind. What was that? A north, so that was going that way.
Yeah,
So
so
perfectly
let's work on
favourable.
working on the strategy of this hole, is that?
Yeah, really, mate. Yeah, we're working at
I mean,
10.
so for me, if I was on this hole, it's a dog
Mhm.
leg, right? I play a draw,
Mhm.
so the ball's going to shift from right to left for me. But a fade player, I think, as we've seen there with Tiger, with that layout, is going to, depending on their yardage, is going to comfortably carry that bunker and take
Yeah,
it out of the equation. So we
definitely.
need to now incorporate. I just think another bunker in there, Steve, would
If I just pinch this bit of
just,
fairway here, about there, sort of put a
yeah, and
bunker.
cut it in there, then you're
Yeah.
probably then. I don't even think you would entertain that shot then.
The only shot you've really got is trying to just land it literally here and hope you get a kick.
Yeah,
It'll
but it
take you.
looks like the fairway is going to feed you into that rough anyway, doesn't it?
If you go here, definitely. If
Yeah,
you're here, maybe you'll get away with it because it does camber.
might get away with it, yeah.
But I don't mind giving them a shot, but it's got to be perfect with it.
Yeah, it's got to be a good tee shot. Like we
Yeah,
say, we don't want to be punishing good
no.
tee shots or good shots.
But that is literally with a north. Any other wind, I don't think that's going to be in the
No, I
equation.
don't. Yeah, I think that's got to be a very specific one to
Yeah.
achieve that.
Let me just get rid of these spline points. It straightens it up.
Welcome to everyone who is watching. I think Leo's in with us.
Yeah, cheers.
Hope you're well, Leo. He shared it on the Discord channel, mate.
Oh,
So
thanks,
hopefully a few
Leo.
guys will jump in.
Thanks, mate. Nice one. I didn't put anything out that I was going to do. So, that's that, that's that. About here, do you think I need to cut any more of this smidge like that?
Yeah, I think that would work because you could still probably get a favourable kick off the back of that bunker, couldn't you?
Mhm. We'll check it in a second. Make sure we got it right.
Yeah, I was going to say the only way you're
Mhm. Yeah.
going to find that out is by playing that shot, really, and then working back from there.
Right. So I want a slightly smaller and skinnier one.
I'm just tweeting out the link to this, mate.
Thanks, buddy. I'll just raise that back up so we try and get a kick off the back of that. Saw Daniel Robbins put his new one out, didn't he?
Yeah, I've not
German
been on
one.
to play anything today,
No.
so but yeah, I'm looking forward to checking his work out,
Yeah.
his latest course.
It's a nice environment he's done. Tough old greens by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think he's
Small greens, and he's done well.
yeah,
They're going to be
yeah,
challenging.
good designer.
Oh, yeah, he's done. I really like what he's done with the greens. I always find greens really hard.
Yeah, I think you've got to make your greens a little bit more challenging in some holes.
Yeah, it's just the strategy of the green I've got to work on.
Yeah,
It's one of my I go through little phases of things I need to work on, and you can't do everything at once. So
no.
at one point I was really.
The thing is, though, mate, your courses cater for all ability of players.
Yeah, but I just
You know,
like
and
the
I
way.
think that's an important concept. I don't think you want to lose that concept.
Definitely not. It's just I like some way some people do strategy on greens for certain pins. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think definitely a pin 4 could have a lot more strategy to it sometimes.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You've got, if you think you're complete as a designer, good. Yes, when you start losing it, mate, you know, you got to push yourself all the time and think, I
yeah.
need to work on this. I could be better at that.
Put yourself out your comfort zone.
Just improve when you can, didn't you? Because there's always something to improve on.
Oh, definitely.
Certainly mastered things, yeah.
Be interesting to see if that is going to be a deterrent now.
Yeah, I'm just going to drop this tiny bit. That'll be flat like that. Surely it's got to do something. We've cut a lot away of that fairway.
Yeah, you've cutting a good few yards off of that, Steve. So I don't think that, and I'm sure once you put your vegetation in,
I think that hit about there before, didn't it? That
I think you just kicked over
would
and
have been
no
about
more.
here, wouldn't it? So
Yeah, you got a nice
that
favourable
should
kick
kick us right over the other side, hopefully.
to the other side of the fairway.
That
Yeah,
pretty steep. 10, same
yeah.
wind,
You
everything.
just carried it and got a nice favourable kick, but now you've raised it. I think you may still carry it, but you're definitely not going to get that kick now.
I've got to remember to save a lot. I've had a few cut-offs. So
Yeah.
it's taken.
And that's not a bunker shot you want.
It's taken birdie out the equation completely.
I think you aimed more left though the last time with that wind. I
Mhm.
think we've came in about 4, 5, 6 yards over to the right there.
Yeah.
But let me see, I'll tell you where it aims. So zoom in. Keep going left. Left, 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 left. Yeah, that's probably about, and if you hit it well there, I think you should avoid the first bunker. But whether or not it's going to kick over it. Is it going to kick?
So now you should either find that camber or you're gonna.
That's a good shot though, Steve. You've played that. I mean, credit where credit's due. That's a great drive.
So you can. I mean, that's the only spot. And so if I go a tiny
I
bit
don't
more.
think you could have played that any better. Hey, David, how's it going, pal?
So if we go a bit more left.
I mean, that was just a perfect drive you hit there.
So let's try.
I don't think we could achieve that again.
Let's try over here.
That should kick left.
Hoping it's going to kick off the back.
Yeah, there we go. That's going to feed into the heavy rough.
Yeah.
So you've actually hit the dream tee shot there.
It was right in the alley, wasn't it, where you want to be?
You couldn't have hit that any better, pal.
And it worked. Anything to
And
the
it did
right,
work.
as in anything to the right went bunker. And it,
That's
go on.
that's the only rewarding tee shot, aggressive rewarding tee shot you're going to get with that, what you played.
Like I said,
Otherwise, you're going to have to lay back.
that is just with that wind as well.
Yeah, well, you're not getting anywhere else with
No.
that other ones, really. It's just that specific wind.
Yep. Any other wind you're laying back up here, aren't you?
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't need to cut any more of that corner of
No,
that
I don't
fairway.
think so. No, I
Nice
think
little
it works perfect.
straighten that little bump that's sticking out there.
Once you get the rest of your vegetation and stuff in as well.
Pretty that up a
The
little
grass.
bit. Yeah. We'll run all that grass around the back. I just want to
Yeah.
with this little kink in that bit of fairway. I don't like. Get rid of that. So, approach. Let's take, for argument's sake, we're back here. On
What's
the
that
safe
going to be,
shot.
about 160, 150?
170 maybe.
169, yeah. One with that wind. 150 odd.
For downhill in the wind. So, this green is open to anything we want to do. Like I said, I just drew that in just as a mark-up. So I could get a guide on distance. So, what sort of green do you think? Should we keep it flat on this hole as a variation? I'm open to anything.
I'm actually with Leo here. Leo's just taking the words out my wife. My wife? Leo's just taking the words out my wife. Thanks, David. I appreciate that, mate. Leo says he really likes the green shape, and so do I.
Good.
That's
Different,
kind of, but yeah, it is different, mate. Completely different to what we've seen on the course. It's like a boomerang.
Yeah. I just thought I only really drew that shape because I had that mound on the right,
No, I really like that.
and then I had the drop off on the left. So I thought if I could bring it round the mound, we've got two tees at the front, two at the back, one maybe on the fourth,
Yeah,
right tight up to here, with a run off into some bunkers.
I think you can get a bit of a false front on the front of this green.
So that would be just raising up the green a tad, like a couple of foot
Yeah.
or something. Yep, no worries. Let's try that. Well, I'll just dip it down actually, and then we can keep.
Dip it down, right.
Yeah. Where was we 10?
See, I'm learning heaps here as we go along as well, mate. And guys like Leo and the big T are trying to get into designing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Be
It's
learning
good.
a lot here.
Trev's having a go as well. That's cool. Oh, mate, there's so much to learn.
Yeah, there we go, mate. That's
It takes years. I just need to pinch a little bit. See, well, because I'm trying not to affect the fuzziest brush you can use for these little things, everybody. If I use a sharp edge, it's really going to look crap. So the fuzzy will just blend everything in really smoothly. And we've got a nice little dip. We should have a little false front.
that's better.
Yeah. That's it. So that's made that approach shot a lot harder there. Now.
Yeah, because I just felt it was too easy there. Because
Yeah.
I'm just, guys like Leo just come back 2 clubs
Yeah.
and run it right up that green to the pin.
Yeah. Now, obviously, we could either run the front half of the green left to right and the back half right to left. So you're going to have double break if you're short. And you've got to hit over that ridge.
Over that ridge. And that's going to be tough to hold in that wind.
So should we bring a pin closer up to the bump there at that ridge? Or do we leave it at the back?
I think you probably the easiest pin is the pin at the back.
Got all
That
the room
back
to work
right.
with,
So
you?
I think you've maybe got to have one pin in that back area to utilise it.
That was why I did try to get that little bump in the middle here to kick anything forwards.
Kick it,
Yeah, just so you can. But that bump's still not tight enough, really. If you land in here, you're going to get a nice, easy hop and stop. So we can angle that whole green running away.
I would angle it, yeah. I would
One
angle
way.
it, Steve.
Get some beads moving that way.
Yeah, let's get a bit of.
So I will be saving a lot more. Seems to
Yeah,
be with you.
I make sure. I'll try and remind you to save. Yeah,
Okay.
we're all excited, David. Can't wait, mate. And yeah, I mean, this is the beauty with this course that we're trying to design here. That just being a power hitter is not going to make this an easy golf course for you to play. You can pull out your driver as much you want, but there's still going to be a lot of strategy behind it, depending on where you're driving 340 yards or 280.
I think that's a bit severe. But if I do that, I'll slow it down. We should get a little run off at the end, a little bit
Yeah,
flatter and then faster. So we got
you
quite
should
fast.
play your approach in, Steve, and see how
Oh
it is with that,
well, I'm not sure what pin that is. So
and then we can adapt. I would probably say that's the easiest pin, looking at
yeah,
the layout of the land so far, that back pin.
what
As a
pin is
player's
it?
perspective,
Oh, that is pin 1. Cool. Okay.
yeah, that's probably the easiest.
So pins up 1. Yeah.
But welcome in, everyone. I do hope you're having a good Sunday evening. So 13 mile per hour wind, down 7. So we're going to have to pull back a bit. Yeah.
I've got a 165 or a 154. Obviously got choked as well. So we could choke maybe the 169.
I think your 154 is
Yeah.
going to be the club.
Okay.
159. I'm forgetting we're playing on perfect. So I would put a little bit of backspin on that, Steve.
On this one, yeah.
Yeah, just
Okay.
a little bit of backspin, not as much as
Not as
that.
much. So,
No,
okay. Yeah.
just a touch up again, up a little bit more. Yeah, and then aim a few yards left. Because Tiger's a draw as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Fade.
Yeah, I would keep going left. Yeah, if you hit that well, what's the lie at your feet? It's going to take you left as well, isn't it? Oh no, perfect swing. Yeah, it's all right. That's fine. The lie at your feet doesn't affect perfect
God's
swing.
sake.
So 159 it was you played.
I'm
Yeah,
a bit of a fucking nightmare.
tiny bit of backspin.
Oh, do you know? I'm gonna go back. I won't do it today, but I'm gonna go back. I changed it to when they changed the Evo swing. I changed it to left analog stick for me to swing because I'm left-handed.
Ah,
But I've
right, of
never done that
course.
in any other golf game in my life.
Yeah.
So instantly I go left to right to look like we always do. I'm using.
Yes.
It's just thrown me.
And then you're reverting it back to the
Yeah.
original shot. Yeah.
It's just thrown me completely.
Yeah, try that then, mate.
Yeah, let's just try that.
Wind should feed that in.
Yep,
Looking
it's
good.
online now. Got a big kick
There's
off
that.
hill.
It's a wonderful golf shot on it. Not a
Yeah.
gimme birdie though. Still a bit of work to do.
A bit of work, but we can make it tougher, can't we? Can we just pronounce that ridge more, maybe halfway down?
I think so. Yeah, like a more punishing kick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 tee sets, David. He's got presently.
10. So.
Is it 4 tee sets you've got, Steve, or planning?
4 tees. I've got 2 at the moment, but I can put in
2.
whatever I want.
What do you normally put in on average? It's normally 3, 4, isn't
Yeah,
it?
3 maybe.
3.
I very rarely do 4 because I'm so focused on tee shot, tee views, tee box views. You know.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I don't have the space for it.
No.
I've got a lot of holes.
There you go then, David. You're probably looking at 2 tee sets here that'll.
Where I can, I'll put a third in. I mean, there's nothing to stop me putting a third there. On holes that I can do it. It takes 5 minutes work to do a tee shot, a tee box rather. I haven't really got the room for one there.
No,
but there'll be holes where I can get 3 easily.
Yeah. There will be holes that easily get 3.
So I don't mind putting in 3. I'm happy for societies to have 3. Right, we've pronounced that a little bit more, so we got it at the same shot again. We was 169, so we should be here.
169 you had in, pal,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
And we
should
hit
be.
159.
Yeah, no, I don't mind putting in 3. I try to if I can, but 2's my minimum. So it was that one, and you was about here, weren't we? Give
Yeah,
or take,
yeah,
yeah.
and it worked out to perfection. Really good golf shot.
That looks a little more right than it was before, maybe, I don't know.
No, that's online again, pal.
It's just this is what I mean about these greens. How is it hopping and stopping like that? Must have hit the
It's,
front of the bump, mustn't we, for it to do
I
that?
think you must have hit
The
the
good side of
upslope,
it, yeah. Good
yeah,
side of it.
rather than the downslope there, because
Mm.
I would like to think if you hit the downslope,
Yeah.
that's gaining there 4 or 5 yards.
There's no way that's going to stop. So the only thing, like I said, the only thing I could think of doing is moving it tighter to the bump, like moving the pin maybe 3 or
The
4.
pin
Not a
maybe
lot.
a little bit tighter, yeah.
Say two boxes to the
Yeah, I
right.
think that would factor out that nice kick that you're going to get and less green to work with, you know.
And what sort of putt are we going to have going that way? It should be quite a big left to right.
Should be a left to righter, yeah.
Let's try it out. And then I can make that back run off a little bit more severe there.
Yeah, for being long.
Yeah, 10. So what was we saying about 2?
2 squares.
Yeah. So, fuck, it's done that thing again, and it moved that. I was on another designer group and they was asking about this. How do you stop it doing it? I thought, I know, Alan told me.
Yeah, move out a yard, was it?
Yeah, so an inch, I'll just move it the
An
tiniest little
inch.
bit, yeah.
There we go. There's no way that. How how did that ball stop? You must have just caught
Just
that
hit
upslope.
here somehow, you know what I mean? Or here. It's not that up a slope, is it? This is more severe.
No, it's just.
I'd think
But
that
you're
would stop.
talking.
It must
Ah,
have just
you
hit there, bounced
just
there.
caught that, yeah, and got
But,
fed down beautifully, didn't it?
yeah. And it fed us down to about here, didn't it? So, I mean,
It
that's what
basically left you a tapping, mate.
you'd think that was 1 in a million to hit that little spot. We're talking a couple of little squares on the grid, aren't we? 169.
But that's what I'm saying. If players can execute that, then all the best of them. You know,
Yeah,
if you're
totally.
that good in yardage. But you've got to remember, we're playing on perfect swing here.
Totally.
You know,
But
it's a
I've
different
just.
ball game when you're
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's not.
on
I've just
master
put play
or
L10. Yeah, totally, mate. I'm just trying to play it as well as those players can play by putting it on
yeah, of
perfect swing.
course.
You know what I mean? At least I can get close to where they're going to be looking at.
Yeah, no, I love that, mate. I think it's a brilliant addition
And it
to
was
the
for
game.
us designers, it really was, yeah.
Even for people with disabilities and stuff, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
I think it's absolutely fantastic.
yeah, it's very true. Yeah, right from there. Yeah, definitely. So
Right, let's see how that plays now then.
159. But yeah,
Yeah, it's not a big difference.
uh,
It's on line. It's on a very good line.
should be the same shot.
Should be long now. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
And it's
So the
just a
only
case.
way
Cool.
you're going to get close to that pin now is a good bit of backspin.
Of hitting that upslope
So
and
you can
hoping.
try it. Try it with backspin, Steve,
Yeah.
and see how it plays
Seeing how
once you
much
drain
that
this putt.
moves. Seeing how much it moves. I think we need a
You've
bit
got
more
it, mate.
movement. Yeah, I just want to make that a bit more severe in a minute.
So
That's
just play that
yeah.
whole tee shot and
Okay. Number 10.
see what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to change the wind to a south, so it's going
Right,
the other
okay.
way. Because otherwise, do you
Yeah,
want to
that
keep?
totally changes the tee shot, doesn't it?
Should
Yeah.
do, mate. Yeah, should completely change it. So play hole 10. Yep.
And that's what I love about this golf course. Wind has a huge factor on how you're going to navigate your way around this venue.
Yeah, they've got to change that one day, so you can set the wind exactly
Yeah,
how you
it would
want to
be
set
good
it.
that you could set it to like default conditions, yeah.
I can't see why you wouldn't. If you're saying that's fine.
Yeah, see, that's perfect. That's where you don't want to be.
No. So we're gonna have to be a lot more aim at that bunker more now, aren't we, to try and bring that round into
Yeah,
that safe
see,
area.
that's a tough tee shot now. I don't even know if you're hitting driver. I still think that's going to find that left-hand side slope.
Yeah, that could have taken driver out, couldn't it?
Is it going to hold?
No, it's gone.
No. Yeah,
So
that's
that
what I
takes
love about this
driver
tee
out.
shot. Mind you, you could shape that. I think you could have played a bit of fade.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try it with a bit of fade and just see,
Absolutely, mate.
and then we can,
Absolutely. One shot.
like someone like Leo who's a fade player would just add a
Mm-hmm.
good touch of fade there. So just
So I've got to change these
L1
settings.
and then left. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, about there, and then because I think Tiger's got good shape, and let me zoom into the.
Mm-hmm.
I would aim a little bit right.
Mm.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
just go there, just the edge of that fairway, Stephen, because I still think the wind's going to overpower the fade. It is fading.
Yeah, but it hasn't faded as
Should
much as you
just
thought.
take a little bit of the yardage out. Are we going to hold?
Shouldn't do.
Just still trickles out then. No, I think that's excellent. Like
Fair.
we said, it was only that real specific wind that was going to allow you to try and take that bunker on.
So maybe I just need to flatten a little bit of the area out behind the fairway there so it doesn't run all the way down here. What do you think? That runoff's a bit extreme, isn't it? I don't mind it running off into the rough a little
Yeah,
bit.
into the rough, but I think that's a little bit too severe.
Sort of downhill into that trough is a bit much.
It's just that
Just
area
this
there.
little
Yeah,
bit
you could
here. Just flatten
probably
that a
raise it
tad.
up a bit.
Yeah, okay, but just flatten it out so it's a little bit of runoff.
Spot on there, Lee. Remember, I have one mate for CP, perfect swing mate. Yeah, definitely, David. I think it's a brilliant addition to the game, especially for people with issues and just designers like Steve who just don't have time to play the game because they're so busy
No.
designing courses for us, the player base. Beautiful looking tee shot though, it really, really is.
Let's try it with a 3-wood. Because I think
Yeah, well, see courses like Royal Liverpool and all that, Steve. You've got to hit St Andrews. You've got to hit Freewood, and you can't just hit the driver on every hole. You know,
it's the one thing we want, isn't it, from this course is just to.
we want variation.
Yeah, we want people to look at it and think I'm going to have to lay up here. See, there's still
Strategy.
no lay up there really with that. Was that a 3 there?
Was that Freewood though?
I don't know, I'll double check that. Let's rewind that shot. We haven't run off as much down that bank now, so that's better. That's a 3-wood there.
Ah, there we go. There's Freewood.
Too
Yeah,
far
you would. I
down.
think you would hold that now. Surely. Well, fade it again though. Fading it just takes, and you could probably pull back a little bit. You know, pull it back on the cursor just to take a
Okay.
yardage off. Like pull that cursor back, Steve, towards you.
That's the other,
255.
it's the other
Just
one
keep.
I'm doing again.
There we go. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Yeah, probably round about there. That's going to be your sweet spot because you've got that little Duffer's Ridge. It's going to kill the ball a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
Just think. No, that's
Is it
fine.
going to hold?
Yeah, it should do.
Yeah, that's perfect. And that's actually quite a nice angle to go and attack the green, to be fair.
Mm.
Yeah, I like that.
That works. You've definitely got that plateau right in front of us that will sit. There's like a half-size green there that you can rest on, but you just got to find it. You just got to find
Collection
it.
point, yeah.
Mm. That's the
You're still going to
challenge.
have the lie of your feet and stuff to contemplate, you know.
So this changes our shot now.
Yeah, I really like that now because you're firing a low iron into that.
Yeah, we should get a lot more kick if we get that.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Yeah.
I think 204 probably works with a kick you're going to get. I would fade it as well. A little bit of fade.
Just keep it the same, but a bit of fade, John.
Yeah, just a little bit of fade because that wind will eat it.
Right,
Yeah, go about there, Stephen.
yeah.
Let's see how it plays.
See, I'd never hit that. It's mad. Time's crap.
Wind's going to grab a hold of that now. Yeah, that's a little bit long, but still not a bad shot.
Like that, kept you on the green there.
Oh yeah, I do like that, yeah.
That's the tougher part as well now. I certainly know.
That's no gimme birdie.
I've underrated it.
Oh my god, you almost had that too.
It's a nice change of hole.
Ever since 2K21 have made it possible for cerebral patients to enjoy the game, giving us an option. Yeah, no, I think it's great, David. It's including everyone, isn't it, really? I think it's a great addition to the game, other than the free click.
So,
I think the
behind.
strategy to the holes
Coming
is good
along.
now, Steve. It's a hole
Yeah,
that I would like to play as a golfer because there is quite a bit of strategy involved in the tee to green approach now.
yeah, these pins all seem to have some thing
Yeah, I
working
love
for them.
that pin. I love that pin there.
So, do you think I should run the green running this way now?
I would get that green running left to right a little bit, yeah.
So, if you are here, you're going to have a little bit of help coming around this ridge.
Yes,
Do you know what I mean?
I think so.
It gives you an opportunity to get around there rather than just running one off all the way over here and off the
Yeah,
green.
well, it's giving you a little bit of undulation that's going to help you.
It's not going to help the player only for the putt that's short.
Yeah.
I think I might get quite steep about there.
There we go. There we go. So that should feed left to right now. Yeah, it is ever so slightly.
A bit more, can't we?
Yeah, it's just turning and no more, to be
Yeah.
fair.
Give it a few more. We'll try 4. That should be quite severe now.
Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
And I like the fact now we've got a little kick going all the way along. It's a double
Yeah,
tier even for this
double
pin
tier
now.
green.
That's a nasty little pin 4 to hit. We've still got this area here that's safe for the pin 4.
Yeah, you've still got the centre of the green that you can
What can we do about
feed down there, but I quite like that, Steve. Play it. The only way to see is play it. Play
that?
a
Pin
different
4.
pin and
Let's
see how
try 4.
it's going to play.
Let's keep to the 169. That's it,
Yeah,
pin 4.
I think that's going to be the average
Hey
yardage
Trev.
into this.
Hey Trev.
Hey, Trev, how's it going, pal? Hope you're well, buddy.
Looking forward to
Trev was
seeing.
out partying last night, mate. He's
You're joking.
feeling tender. Feeling tender today.
Oh, Trev.
One too many Guinnesses last night.
I'll do it. I'll do it, mate.
Right, so
God.
that should land on the left-hand side of the fairway and hold, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, it does, mate. It just dies there, really. Look. Oh, no, that just trickled out.
A bit too far off.
Thing is, though, I don't think you faded that, did you?
I didn't, and I didn't want to even hit the tee shot. I was looking at the approach shot, so I pushed
Yeah, it was
play
169
whole
you were
10,
looking
didn't
to
I?
leave in,
Instead
yeah.
of play bloody, hit the wrong button. Play hole from here. Right.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so it's literally in the back section centre is where you're aiming, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a tough pin. I mean, you're not firing right at that pin.
No, you've got to aim sort of
I'm
here,
probably
yeah,
looking to leave myself
this area.
long at the pin and just giving myself a birdie opportunity because you've got so many things to factor in here. If you're pin high, which I doubt you would hold, you've got a nasty downhill putt that could potentially go off the green.
Mm-hmm.
So, what other shots does Tiger have? Other than approach? Yeah, I'd be looking to hit your choked approach, and I'd be hitting. What are we saying here? I would apply a little bit of backspin to this shot. Keep going, Going. Yeah, we're round about there. The wind doesn't really hit these choked approaches as much.
No, so what, left a bit?
Um,
Keep it there.
Probably go right again a little bit. Yeah, just about there.
Okay, let's go. See what she does. Can change camera.
See if we can get that putt that we're looking to.
That were a bit long.
Yeah, a lot. See, the wind just didn't hit that, so you're
Yeah,
gonna
but
have to go back again,
look at that
and then
front chip back on.
yeah, that's nasty.
You ain't gonna attack it, are you?
You're not. You're not saying I'm going to try and chip this
Nah,
in. Well, I wouldn't.
no.
I don't think that's holding me. I think that's gone.
You're gonna think I'll go left to be safe,
Oh, it did just hold.
but we should still have quite a little bit of work to do. Which was what? Par, wasn't it? So that's fine.
Par's not a disaster in that hole.
No. Well, we've turned it in just by shaping that green from a birdie to a par, so.
Yeah, especially on pin set 4.
I can't go back there. Edit course. Yeah, pin set 4. 10.
That's definitely the toughest pin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all the pins have got a lot of movement on them. Your birdie putt's not going to be easy.
I mean, you're not going to get handed birdie in this hole.
It's just this
One, you're
way
going to have to be
now,
a good putter, and two, your approach shot in's going to have to be bang
This
on.
is the only thing that needs a bit of movement now. Leah's going this way.
Yeah,
so
it's a little bit flat.
Dip this front section down a bit more.
Down a bit more, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to create that little bit of movement.
Yeah.
It is a little bit flat in that section.
4 will give it.
Yeah,
5.
David says he likes that a lot.
Yep, nice one.
There we go.
It's enough for those 2 pins. That's 2 and 3. So I'm not too worried.
No. Yeah, that's quite a bit of movement now.
They're only going to ever be used in societies, and there's enough movement there for people to have a think about it. It's not a gimmick.
I don't want to be handing them birdies.
No, but I think
got to play good shots, good.
If you're that way,
good golf
rewards
good scoring opportunities.
You're never going to be here. That is the only place you could land, possibly. About here. That's the best case scenario. But what about the back? Do we keep it flat? Or do we raise it up a tad, or do we drop it down? What do you think? It's not really.
I quite liked how your earlier shot just unintentionally kind of sat on the green there. I think the majority of our greens do have runoffs, don't they? Really, have we got a flat green at the back yet?
Not particularly, no. So it'd be nice to have a change.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to incorporate that, and I really like this green.
I'm happy with that.
Just how you've.
Yep, it's fine.
You've carved it already, mate. It's really, really nice.
Perfect. Then.
The only thing is, what are we thinking about a hazard being long? It's just going to incorporate some heavy rough there, yeah.
Just finish that all off in grass.
Grass,
all
yeah.
Grass, all the way. Grass all the way around. Just the hazards here was my only thing, but what do you think?
I don't think it needs it, personally.
What, a bunker?
I don't think you need a bunker there. I think we've got plenty. You've got the 2 bunkers on the right on the tee shot. That are heavily in play. If you're going to try and be brave and take that on.
Shall I just take the fairway down to this line along here?
Yeah, I think you could.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just bring it back up again.
Bring it back up again, yeah.
Just so you got a bit more.
Yeah, I think that would work.
Okay, try it.
Yeah, I don't think you need a bunker here, pal.
Okay.
Yeah, just continue that fairway round a little bit, and because that's the thing now. You've got to remember, no one wants that 25-yard shot now. And if we're missing a green and it kicks off left here into rough or onto that fairway, that little apron. It's not a nice shot. Everyone's trying to play the super flop, or even the flop's not as effective.
So it's going to run us off down there. Let's just hit it and then just play up again. Trying to hit that pin 4 from here is going to be tough. Chipping it back up onto the green.
Yeah, it's going to be a disaster, mate. You're going to have a really good short game.
So if I just hit centre of green, that should take
Yeah,
us
centre
off there.
green, that'll naturally
Yeah.
feed off to the left. Yeah,
especially
Wynn's
if you
got
hit the
it.
bank at the severest angle, it's going to kick you quite far. Like
Yeah.
that. I'll put grass down there as well.
Right. And see, that's that yardage where your super flop isn't. What's Tiger's super flop? 18 yards.
Okay, I've got 6 people watching, so it's showing up at the moment.
Yeah, welcome in, everyone.
Could you see what
you're well?
Oh yeah, there you go. Flop.
Super flop, and then up on the D-pad, Steve. Keep going. 18, yeah. And that won't get there, mate.
No, that's going to stop bang on.
The super flop's now out of the equation, so you're either going to have to flop it with your
22.
What lie percentage do we have? Oh, does that matter with perfect? No, it's still just going to lie. It's up
So
at
I'm not
8,
sure.
so 22. So yeah, you're not even seeing your lie percentage, so I think it doesn't matter.
No, makes sense.
So yeah, I think you've got to be careful here though, because if you generate too much spin, which I don't think you will, that's coming back down to your feet. I don't think you could have played a better shot, to be fair.
No, but it's again. It was on perfect, and it was.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of what we can do there, just to make that even harder. Where are we at it? Just raising, making the runoff. Not the runoff. I'm trying to see if I can bring this angle down a little bit.
The thing is, though, I wouldn't class that as an easy hole.
No, I just don't. When it goes out here, I want it to be. I don't want to just be able to chip straight back up again and get a birdie. Do you think? Because I've got it on perfect now, obviously, I'm not thinking like a real player. If you know
I mean, that flop you just executed there, pal, with swing bias and stuff.
A master.
That is
tough shot,
you made it look easy. It's
obviously,
not an easy shot, especially for a draw bias player. I mean, I know personally, I'm in a world of pain from that yardage, and I personally, I don't think I could have gotten the ball within that 6-foot range that you did.
Okay.
But you could make that apron more steep, like what you're kind of doing there, you know.
Yeah, I was just trying to get some of those bumps up a little bit. So I'm shape.
And then obviously with the swing bias enabled, the lie your feet's having a big say as well. You know, the perfect swing's taking all that out of the equation.
Just creeping it up a couple of inches.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, that's a daunting shot, that now.
It's a bit smoother now, isn't it, as well? Just this little bit.
Yeah, it's not a given there at all, David. David's saying pro wind lie angle disables the lie percentage.
Lie angle. What's going on with this green edge here?
I mean, it's quite a complex green, to be fair, Steve.
For the size of it.
I mean, we've got to remember it's not a big green.
No, for the size
Target
of it.
precision golf's required there.
I don't think we can do any more with the green to make it. I think all the pins are fair but tough.
I mean, I would love to see you just play as your own character here.
Yes.
And just see how you get on, mate.
Well, I'm perfect. Or I'm normal.
Whatever you feel. I mean, it's going to be a challenge for your character on perfect due to the being level 65. You don't have any of the shot options.
Nope. There we go. So just tiger off and then play hold 10. Should be it.
Still going to be a challenge here with your perfect swing on, you know.
Ooh.
I mean, I won't. I'm not going to say nothing. I won't help you or nothing. And let's just see how you get on.
Well, that's
Because I
my
know what I'm
farthest
playing off
drive.
the tee here.
That's my farthest drive. I
Yeah.
don't think I need to worry about a 3-wood, to be honest.
I think you're going to be okay here.
Sit
Yeah,
on
good
top.
shot. Yeah, that's a good shot.
And then,
Now, see, having a shorter driver there is more beneficial, in my
yep,
opinion, than David having a 330.
yep, taking the power out of it completely,
Yeah,
haven't we?
precision.
Bit too far right, didn't get the shape I wanted. But
This is going to be interesting to see if that holds. No, it's
too
not.
long.
And that's not a nice chip shot either. You get this wrong. If you're a yard right of the pin, I don't think that's holding. You've played that well, Steve. That could actually be in. Oh my God!
Jesus. It's about the only thing I was ever alright at was around the greens.
That is class, by the way.
It's just driving and approaches, I'm sure. Right.
The hole's far too easy, mate. Scrap it.
Right.
That's some chip in birdie, by the way.
She was lucky. Right. So I think once we've got it all dressed up, looking nice. Do we need to raise a little bit here maybe, or do we keep all the green exposed like that?
I think keep the green exposed, Steve. Yeah, I mean, I
Just
like the strategy behind this hole, but once you get all your foliage and stuff in, I think it'll be
just wondered if I'll just add a tiny little bit just for
a little bit of
character, but
race.
keep it out of the way of the green so you can still see it.
Yeah.
Just to try and get some character to it.
I mean, I don't think any aspect of that hole's a blind shot, is it?
No.
No.
No, you can see that green.
I mean, the
perfectly.
fairways are undulating, but
Yeah, we've got the advantage if you really want to take on the big drive. We are trying to help, rewarding you for having a go at it, as in getting more distance coming down the hill. But you've got to take on these two, haven't you, to get there.
yeah,
So that's
you need
your
a very
risk.
particular wind to take that on.
Yes, every other wind is putting you here, and we've got a nice view. I just when I check that raised area that I just raised up, make sure we haven't.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to obscure your
Shouldn't do, should it?
line of sight into the green. No, not at all. No.
Let's just give it a little bit of character, a bit more natural looking. And eventually we'll have more holes running off behind there, so I'm just going to put a short bit of grass around this hole.
Right.
Green. I just leave that as it is for now. I don't need to do too much more to that.
No, I like it.
Once the course is built up a bit, I'll see if it needs any more planting.
So out of curiosity then, just go and miss that green. Miss this shot left, your approach shot, and just see how you feel now. Obviously, you're going to add the foliage. So that should kick left off that apron.
Even more left than that, won't it?
Jesus. Right.
Well, now I want to be looking sort of up here to try and get it down to about here.
Personally, I'm probably playing that backstop now.
Yeah,
with my character, and I think it's good that you've got that option.
Yeah.
Because that is a really tough shot. I mean,
it makes it a bit more fun as well. Cause,
it does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd be pitching that. So I'd be pitching that about 32 yards, Steve.
Yeah.
If you're going to play it.
Yep. Let's try that.
And I would put a good bit.
Sorry, mate, I didn't put any backspin on it. We could just
yeah, see, if we wait that backspin, it's just going to run on, yeah.
Which is good. I don't mind that. You got it perfect.
Well, you're going to have to hit a really good shot here.
Yep. So we'll put a bit of
backspin. I would hit about 32 yards and apply a good bit of backspin.
Buttons tonight. What am I doing there, mate? Why am I only getting 20? What have I done?
So hit
Flopped.
R1, just hit
No,
R1. Yeah, there we are.
I flopped, didn't
There we are. And increase your
I?
yardage to
Yeah.
31
Yeah.
and then put full backspin on.
Yeah, we got that one.
Right.
Let's try that out.
And then obviously aim
Bit more
left.
left, yeah.
Yeah, keep aiming left.
Yeah. Right,
You're gonna have to keep going left, keep going left, keep going left, keep going left. Yeah, about there, pal. That should. That's what I would play.
Nah,
It's giving you the.
see, that's just flying out, isn't it?
See, but you've got no short game in your character. That's what I'm saying, mate. That's a tough shot.
So let me try and just play it differently now.
It's a tough shot, that, Steve.
It is, because I've got nothing to work with short. I could only pitch it really here.
That might hold, but with your character set up being a 65, it's not a nice shot. Your character's low level, mate. That's a.
Just killed it on the bit of.
That was. I'm not gonna lie. That was 100% luckiest shot I've seen. That you killed it on that apron there.
That's what I was trying for, mate.
Well, that's Seve Ballesteros-esque, mate. That was
I'm good
absolute
round the
genius. Is this going to run off the green if you miss it too hard?
Should do.
Bye-bye. I love that now, mate. That is not a nice shot.
No. That is really just going to have to bloody roll it up short of the thing and take your power, aren't you? You can't really take that.
Well, you can't take the risk of going for the pin.
No, that's what I mean. So
you do not want to be where you are. I mean, that's still going to be a tough putt.
Yeah.
Because it's all downhill.
Yeah. I'm just going to tap it this time.
Hey, Mark Philippin. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, fully agree.
See,
Shouldn't be an easy shot if he misses the green.
And because I tapped it there, it brought a lot more of the break into play as well. So I can't take the break out of the putt by hitting it harder. I have to.
It's now a tough hole. I think.
Yeah. I think we'll make that green well, mate.
Odd here, you're really going to have to plan your whole route to the green now.
I think every aspect of it is a thinking hole. Now your drive's thinking.
Yeah, it's a thinking man's hole. It is.
Your approach is thinking, and even when you're putting and chipping or off the green, you're thinking about everything, aren't you?
You just don't want to miss that green. I would rather have an 18, 20 foot putt that I can lag up for birdie.
Well, say you're
especially
short,
on pin 4.
The problem is, right, say you're short here on this pin, so you don't get over that ridge, and you got to try and putt over that ridge.
Yeah, that's a nasty putt over that lump.
Trying to stop it.
Because it's kind of uphill and then downhill.
Exactly, and you got to judge.
So
that
you need
to
the
perfection.
weight. You need the weight to get
safer.
up that.
I mean, I would probably feel safer leaving it over here rather than attacking the flag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, mate. I think if this is your birdie putt, I think you're playing it pretty conservatively because anything left of that pin, I think you've played a good weight there.
I think the weight's
that's a good weight.
Yeah, that gets us our par, which is good. Par if you're bogey if you're off the green, it's possible, but
you're definitely looking at bogey if you're missing that green left, depending on your short game.
Yeah.
And obviously what pin we're on.
Okay, we'll leave that out for now then. You reckon? That's fine for now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the strategy's there now. You've just got to dress it up and do your magic.
Yeah, I don't think I need to do too much to that, to be honest, mate, really.
Just the grass, isn't it? Round the green.
Go around here and just a little bit round here. Fill in this little bit with something.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of grass, but whatever. We can do all that. And then it's a case of working this. So we're now going
in the opposite dogleg left this time.
Yes, the opposite dogleg with the similar sort of theme of having a run out at the back and.
Yeah, I think it'll.
Just in reverse, basically.
In reverse is a good way to do it.
And we're a bit more downhill on our approach, which might throw people. They've just had
you've had the elevated approach there now into the.
That's not that elevated, really. It's the tiny bit on it. Whereas
I
this
think it
has
was
got
7 feet. Yeah,
yeah.
7 feet. I think it
And
was.
if say you're back, where are we going to be? About here, aren't we?
What are we looking here? That's down about 20 feet, is it?
It's got to be, isn't it, mate? Let's have a look.
Will it tell us?
Should do 31.
31. Well, there we
Mm.
go. Yeah, it's 10 yards.
I think I'd. Well, let's just. What do you want to do? Work from the green back?
Yeah, I think if you work from the green back, it probably makes sense. It can
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just not.
kind of
That's
allow us where we want
not
to implement hazards and
safe.
strategy.
Safe. Let's lock in what we've done.
Yeah, it's a good tip for everyone, that, guys. I think. Do you save everything after every hole, Steve, really? Or every
Anytime I'm
10
doing
minutes,
a
15?
major change,
Yeah.
every major change. Then I can experiment, and if I don't like it, I can just exit, go back in. Oh, where are we? 10, 11. God. Right. I don't like the green, obviously. That was just something I drew just to get
Yeah, it's just a
a
template, isn't it?
distance. Yeah, just to get a distance, so we'll take that out. So, naturally, we've got that bit of land, haven't we? Do I keep those rocks in there now?
I think that rocks are a nice added feature.
Yeah, but what I'm conscious of is the ball rolling into
A
the
kick.
rocks and sitting
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean? They look crap because they're for distance. Do you know what I mean? Back here they look lovely, but when we're up close to them, you can see
Right, I'm with you.
see how
Maybe have
bad
to
they are.
delete that first set of rocks then, eh?
Yeah, or just drop them down to here or something. We'll have a look. Let's have a look. So I'll take them down to this level there. Spin it around and drop it down. It's not doing much, but delete that one completely. It's just
That's the behind the green and the par 3,
yes,
isn't it, that we're seeing there? Yeah.
yeah, that's the par 3 there.
Yeah, that's beautiful, mate. You don't want to lose that rocks, but I know what you're saying. The one's close to
Yeah,
it, yeah, that's going to cause a problem if.
that'll be alright now, won't it? Won't give us that.
Yeah, I don't think the ball's going to go that far down there, and if you are that far off line, you deserve to be in trouble.
I just try to avoid things like that because it's just frustrating. One, because it looks bad, as in
Yeah,
when people are close to them. I just want to try and pinch the land
pinch
a
it a
bit
little bit, yeah.
tighter to the rock so it flattens out a little bit there. And then we lose the front, but keep the advantage this side. So if I do that and then just drop the other side of that little bit there, we should still see the rock we want to see, but have a flatter area. Hopefully that'll slow the ball enough now. We still see everything there, but we've got a little bit of a flatter area. Okay, so relevant. Right, obviously like the fairway, it's just what we're going to do with this green. We've got natural, but we can sculpt anything you want, mate.
Probably the first thing I would do is to reassure your doubts that I would maybe have a backstop on that green, so the ball's maybe not going to go down into that area.
Well, the whole
Could we have a?
but the only thing I'll say to that is, mate, the whole point of having this green here is to try and capture this view.
Yeah, you don't want to lose that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For planting.
But I was just like on about,
Yeah,
have
I
a
know. I know what
backstop
you mean. So
that's going
maybe
to
we
keep it
don't
on that plateau. Aye.
totally. So maybe we just leave the green. Like if I just draw you a green.
Yeah, take the green back off that fairway,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's not so tight to that drop off, and it gives you a little flat area, and then I'll just draw a quick shape.
Because what was the next hole? Is that a drivable par 4?
No idea yet, mate. We haven't
No,
worked
we've
on
got that.
Yeah, we've got
We've
all that
already
to
got
go.
that.
No, this was as far as we go now. 11.
11, yeah.
This is as far as we go. Now we've got the whole course to work with. So I was
Yeah,
thinking maybe run a tee box up here or something and maybe come back along.
yeah, that's right, aye. Yeah,
Do you
that
know
would
what I mean?
work.
And then we got to go this way. And then the only other idea I had in the future is maybe 15 here. So it finishes. Obviously I can raise this bit of thing land here
Yeah.
and have a green overlooking the lake and the castle.
That'd be beautiful.
So that'd be a nice hole for a backdrop where I haven't got to do
Put a back,
much.
yeah.
And then make a hole 16 going this way towards that par 3. Have that
Yeah.
par 3 on the coast, like sits
Yeah,
up
that
on
makes
that.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
And
sense.
then we've utilised that whole area.
And then back into the clubhouse.
Yeah. So that's the future, but that leaves us still. I mean, this is why I don't really plan my routing too much because you've got so much
No.
bloody land to work with.
Yeah, you do.
You can go anywhere you want, really. I understand why people do it. It's just I prefer to do it that way because it works well in my head. Yeah. So the
Yeah, top
green.
man, David. Yeah, so you've got to remember this green's going to be extremely downhill
Mhm.
from
But I
the
like the
top of the
idea that
fairway.
we.
That's how I was thinking of having like a helping backstop.
Mhm. If I put the backstop more here in this area, because you're going to be coming in from this line, aren't you?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So have a backstop
just
sort of
raise the
here.
back of that green a little bit.
Mhm. I'll use this quite a rough shape at the moment. I'll smooth it all later, just to get an emphasis. Mm,
There we go, mate. That's perfect.
something like that for
That
now.
should just give you enough bite to work with. Yeah.
It's going to slow the ball down and bring it back anyway. I can pinch a bit more of the green there. So yeah, that's just PlayStation. Yeah, that's right, mate. So I like the idea that you can bump and run this shot onto the green. You know, you haven't got to try and fly it
No.
all the way and try and precision it. But so if we are bump and running, I would like something here that can kick you either way, and then leave you a channel to try and bump and run perfectly if you do want to play that shot. How
Yeah,
far
like
could
a yes.
you know what I mean? Because you're looking at if you are back here, you get the wrong wind and you're sitting up on this hill here. You're looking at 190 to 200,
It's going to be a long shot in, but it's that
especially
green's going to be way below your feet as well, isn't it?
it shouldn't
What
be
did we
too
say? 10 yards, 30 feet?
31, wouldn't it? Yeah. I just
I think that's why it's important we've kind of got that little bit of backstop at the back, because if the wind's in your favour here, could be a tough green to hold.
I would just have liked to have like a sort of a hybrid, really low iron hybrid.
Yeah,
You know, so you are going to then bring the bump and run into play.
yeah.
Yeah, and how can we do that? All we could do is pinch a bit more of this
You would have to
fairway this
pinch
way,
more of that. Yeah,
bring this bit out a bit more, and
you'd have to widen that fairway. Yeah,
pinch that and bring that over here. Do you think that
yeah.
makes
I think that
sense?
would work. Yeah,
Okay,
I think you'd have to
so we'll
increase
just
that. Yeah, there
use
we
that,
go.
and then we'll bring the next few out with it.
I think have to go right up, pal. Yeah.
Fortunately, I've just got to. I could have drew it in, but still might actually. Because I've got to do all these. The last one should be this one. For now, I'll do it for a minute.
Yeah, I think that's now creating the.
And then just pinch these two tighter. That's a much more severe dog leg.
Yeah, that's gonna make it a lot more of a dog leg left. Yeah, there we go, mate. You're gonna start. Yeah, I can picture that shot now.
About here, you reckon you're going to be
Yeah, I
about.
think about there.
What's that, 180 to the green? That's still not
That'll
what
be
we want.
180 to the green and with a downhill elevation, 170, and then we'll
That's what
have
I
to
mean.
factor in the wind.
For what we're going to be hitting from here, we're only going to be hitting like a flipping.
That'll be Tiger's 5 iron,
Hmm.
probably.
What have I done there?
Mind you, we're playing as you, so what have you got there? 5-iron.
That's taking us to the other green.
That's the other hole.
Yeah, it's because I haven't put any pins down yet.
Oh, right.
So it automatically takes you to the nearest one.
I was
It's
thinking
got
he's
pins.
lost all the work there.
Oh, there's a pin there. It did this to me earlier. Why was that? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. God knows, let's add a couple more pins. Oh, I know. I think it's because I'm on pin 4.
Pin 4,
I'll
yeah.
change it to pin 1. Hopefully that's going to do what we just want it to do there. Play from here, pin 1. No, it's taking us back again. This happened to me earlier. Let's move the waypoint of the hole we want to work on. See if that corrects it. This is a new thing. That's never happened before. Boom, boom. Let's move that. Try it again. Right.
Wonder why it's doing that then.
Yeah, what pin is that? Let me check what pin that is. I know why it did it earlier. When it did
Yeah,
it to
maybe
me.
on the wrong pin. Not created all 4 pins yet.
What pin is it showing it as? Let's go to that. If it says pin 2 or something, let's move that. Hopefully it's going to say pin 2. Pin 1.
Pin 1.
Let's add some extra pins.
Yeah, I think that's the only way, yeah, you're gonna is put in all 4 pins at the moment.
Put one down there, one down there, one at the back. Done that. Let's try playing the whole hole as well. So we're going up. There's no way you can cut across there. With a favourable wind, maybe. Let's worry about that later. Alright. Back on my player as well. So just quite helpful at the minute. Hopefully it will highlight that pin.
Yeah, so we were right. 180 odd.
Again, you see that's the. I didn't get the bump and run I sort of wanted.
Nah.
Just we got to worry about it on this hole, but on one of the more future holes, I do want to try and get that into the equation on the longer par 4. You know, so you're trying to really have to run it
Yes,
from the fairway to the green.
skip the ball up. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I love that
I
about
just,
links golf.
yeah,
You know,
I just don't think this hole's
this
got
hole's
that
the right one.
yardage.
Nah, no, fair enough. I agree.
Because if you're playing with Tiger here, that's an even shorter approach.
Yeah, that's the elevation as well, isn't it? It's bringing
Yeah,
you
I
down
mean,
a club or 2
yeah,
because it's so
it's
high.
going to be hard to achieve that bump and run in this hole, pal.
Okie dokie. We'll scrap that for a later hole. Like I say, we've got a nice flat bit of ground to work with now, so we can make some wider, more linksy holes. These were just our 2 dog legs to get us to this point, I suppose.
Right.
That we wanted to be.
Hold on a minute, pal.
Come on, mate.
My dog sat on my controller. Watch out, buddy.
What dog you got?
A black lab, mate.
Oh yeah.
I love him, but he's at the end of life now, I'm afraid to say.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, gonna have a tough decision shortly, pal.
Yeah, I've had dogs, mate. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's just they're part of the family, aren't they, mate?
Yeah, well, they're with you for so long, aren't they? And you watch them grow and grow
Yeah,
old.
he's 15 years old.
Had a good run, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He really has.
Especially for labs, they're normally quite greedy dogs, aren't they? They sort of have heart problems
Aye.
and things, don't they?
Yeah. Right, there we go. Yeah, you're just not gonna. The yardage isn't gonna suit that type of shot that you're wanting to.
Well, so we got the run out there that we wanted. I just
For the
tried
bump
to
and run.
dip that bit of land down, but
Yeah.
I'm well back here, so I'm not going to see it.
I mean, you could still play that shot. You've still got an
I could
option
from
of,
here because
yeah,
I'm in the
you've still
rough.
got an option of laying up short
I suppose if you hit
and
the
using the
rough,
fairway to skip it on. But with that kind of wind, I mean, see if the wind was with you, Steve, I'd be looking to land on the front of the green fairway. But
yeah.
not with that wind, I'd be looking to
Well, I've got
land
no
on the
choice
fairway.
here. Look, I'm in the rough and I'm on the freewood. That's as
Yeah,
far as it's going to take me. I've got a really bad lie, obviously. So I'm stuffed. All I
yeah.
can do is try and work something down off that bump, maybe.
Have to try and feed it in from the left to right here. Oh, did you see the sun kick up near there?
It's because I've got that bedrock there. I haven't put any heavy rough around it yet.
That was class though.
Yeah. That's actually, you get really big bounces off that as well.
Wow,
I didn't actually see it. Let me go back, play that shot
that
again.
was stunning, mate. Just the, like
Look good. I'll have a
when
look
the
this
way
time.
the ball, when you hit the ball
Yeah.
was just like a puff of sand came up.
It's alright.
Just a really fine layer of sand.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
So you can reach it from there, and you are looking at a bump and run then, aren't we? So that
Yeah,
brings
yeah.
that into the
I think if
equation.
you came down a club there,
Yeah.
you'll probably be able to kick it onto the green for a putt.
What was I?
So
Freewood,
if
wasn't
you hit your six iron,
I? I was a freewood before.
uh,
There.
5 wood,
5 wood,
five
yeah.
wood,
Yep,
and
yep, yep.
aim left. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to keep aiming left.
Yeah.
Zoom in a bit. Um,
Should
yeah,
push about there.
I would aim about there, pal, and
Yep.
wind should hit you. I should have a chance of feeding down onto the. There we go.
Just where I put that little bump in the middle and the front there, it can kick you either way.
Which is good.
Yep, I want that in there. I don't want to give you an
You don't
easy
want
one.
just an easy in, and then,
No,
you
that's
know
links, isn't it?
you failed to hit the fairway. So
Well, that's our backdrop, so that barely needs any
yeah, that's
work to it.
stunning.
Yeah,
That is absolutely beautiful, mate.
you've got one option is to try and lower the whole green a little bit, cut like a few foot to try and get some more of it in, but I don't think we'd gain that much, would we? You can see when you
I
zoom
think
in.
you would just see that tee box. Was
I
it?
think
Was it the tee
I think you'd
box?
just see like the top of the green, wouldn't you, behind,
Yeah.
which isn't really anything, is it? That looks alright,
No,
doesn't it?
I think that looks stunning, mate.
Yeah, just needs a little bit of grass up there, a little bit around the front of the green, but the rest is all. It's going to save us loads on metre this hole. I'll try and put in those hills in the distance, try and get a little bit of bedrock in there to give it a bit of character so it's not so green.
Yeah.
Like I did on the right there.
Yeah, break it up a little bit.
That big rock is on the right, I'll just make it look like that on the left as well. So that's fine. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, this is through PSN, David. Yeah, it's the only way you can do this.
11, where was it? Yeah. Let me just do this.
Steve's just sharing the screen to me, so I'm seeing the screen, and he's obviously broadcasting to YouTube.
Is there any way we could do it, mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd need a PC and send each other files and all that rubbish.
Yeah.
I might have to go PC one day.
Yeah, I was thinking about that myself there the other day, actually, you know. Your setup would suit a PC now that you've got everything you've got.
Yeah.
Your monitor and
Yeah, it would probably, mate.
streaming mic and your desk. And Steve's got a good setup, by the way. Really nice.
Yeah, so I just put that bit of bedrock in there now. It just gives it a bit of character, doesn't it, behind?
Yeah,
That hill.
yeah, really nice.
Just a summit. Okay. We're happy with all that now. Just working on this green now.
Just the green, mate. Yeah, I think that
Rest of the hole should work,
the rest
shouldn't
of the hole, I think's playing is how you want it. It's the opposite to the previous hole when, you know, it's got the elevation drop on the approach.
This big dip.
Yeah, I like that.
Leave it in. What about this bit of funky fairway here? So I just flatten that out a little bit.
Yeah, I think that left side
It's a bit
needs
weird,
lower.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look a little bit out of place.
What sort of place you'd think? Oh, I'll put a fairway that looks natural. So I can just taper that down a bit from the green. So
Loving that view there though, mate. It takes you right. Wow, that is class.
Let's get that going there. That's fine. So from the tee, so a quick look. Should look a bit straighter now. Another blind rub.
Yeah, like that.
We can see the bit of the fairway we're aiming at least. Do you know what I mean? Off there
Yeah,
on
you're
the
seeing
right.
that top ridge.
Yeah. So I'm struggling to hit driver there.
Should hold the right hand side, I think.
Just go over that bit.
Yeah, just got it. Yeah,
Right where you
just.
want to be. So I'm just working how much I need to pinch down in front of us so I can see my approach shot. I'd like to see the approach shot a bit.
Yes, yeah.
Adds a bit more character to that, to your approach, rather than just hitting another blind shot. That'd be two blind shots.
Yeah, you don't want two back to back.
Nah. So it
I think you
doesn't
do need to lower that ridge.
add anything to the hold. Tucks away. So where was we? It's around here.
Roundabout there, Steve. Yeah, that you're gonna have to.
Take 2 foot there. We'll pinch it a little bit more. Maybe there.
Do you think 2 feet will be enough?
Well, I've gone 4 now, so
Oh, 4.
just looking. If you're on this back section, you've got this raised plateau. So
Yeah,
the only way to do that is just to smooth that out.
move it out.
Which I'm
Oh, there
reluctant.
we go.
Yeah, I'm reluctant to do it, make it too smooth. So I want it.
Yeah, I think you'll see that now.
If it still works. Still don't think so. It's a really strange hole. See, this is why you'll see me when I'm doing these courses, elevation. I have raised greens. It's the only way I can get around it sometimes. It's just a case, I think, of just raising, lowering everything as I go down. By a
Yeah, I
couple of
think you
foot.
might just have to keep lowering it and coming back.
But I'll go forward now towards hole.
But to be fair, I don't think you're going to be far off it now, pal, from seeing the entire shot.
That's looking better. So if we go back
Yeah, you were
here,
just at the top of that ridge there, yeah.
back here,
Yeah, you were just about there where your zoomed
yeah.
right in.
It's gone back to that. For some reason,
That's weird, that.
I know that's to do with the waypoints, but we can see it. We can see it.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Just the green layout now, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's something to do with the waypoints on this hole.
Is that what's causing it for your...
Yeah, I think maybe I've got to move this waypoint sort of to where we're going to be driving. I think so. Just smooth this bit of fairway out. Get that a bit more curved. Through there, and it's just this bump.
Yeah, that looks a lot better, mate. It's like a valley hole, this, isn't it, really?
Yeah, yeah. It's coming down from a high point into this lower valley area that we had to pass through. So that should be that. That's a play from here. See what it does with the waypoint this time. See if it's changed anything. Yeah.
There we go.
Sweet.
Yeah, you're seeing the entire shot now.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Just a green and I'll add those 2 bunkers later. We know where they've got to go and we know what
Yeah, I think the bunkers would be a good addition in this hole.
Yeah, we'll just put them on the left there. I'll put them in here somewhere. Okay. So what sort of thing are we looking for here? We don't want to make everything run off the back, do we? We just want.
No,
I'm quite happy with
that's
that.
what I'm saying. The majority of our greens run off the back.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that last few yards. So if I raised it coming back this way,
Yes.
from about here, so we left that. We've got a little ridge there. So if you do go
That
too far, you know
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah.
going to give you that little helping ridge that's going to
Yeah. Okay.
help you keep your ball on that green, especially if you're having to play that kick shot up from the fairway, you know.
Yeah. So I raise that up a bit, and spin it
I don't think you
around.
need much. It's just a touch, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, I might have overdone it there. So I'll raise this bit up a bit to balance it out.
Oh, there we go.
So that does a bit too severe there.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah.
Not very good sculpting that one. Let's reset that. So it's just a case, I think, of just dipping this
Dipping
front.
that down, Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rather than raising that up, isn't it? Try a 6 first, and then we'll go more if we have to.
A bit better.
A bit more, a couple more inches maybe.
Yeah, I think you need a few more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just to create that little shelf. There we go.
Yeah,
There we
everything's going
go.
to be running and running left now. What we got here? A little kick onto the green there. Just obviously this is a bit too severe, I think.
Yeah, at the back. Yeah, it is.
So I can have just narrow the green a little bit.
Narrow
So
it down.
I think just leave the big bump there for the heavy rough.
For the heavy rough, yeah,
Yeah.
that would make sense.
Just literally have the last couple of inches coming back. Let's take it that way a bit more.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, if you're too far right, you're going to run that way. But if you, the ball's naturally going to bring you around anyway.
Yeah,
So it
it's
should
going to
just
bring
stop
it stop and just kind of hold on that.
and you should have that putt going back. For now, I'll do for a minute. So.
I mean, you've got the helping kick there as well off the fairway, haven't you? It's all going to naturally feed
Yeah, we've got a kick coming down.
into that middle section. And then, like you say, anything extreme right is probably going to slide off into that fairway.
Yeah.
I don't think it's severe enough that it would catch the rough down there, is it really?
Even if it's not, I could just bring it up a little bit. Do you think? We don't need to. I don't want people necessarily running all the way down there.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much benefit.
No. I don't think it
as a
would
whole
run all the way
design.
down there, but
Let's just see what that does quickly.
you should try playing your, like, the wind with you and play that shot with kicking it up onto the fairway, onto the green, and just see how the greens reacts.
So here,
Yeah, have to change your
shall I
wind,
go
I
back
think,
to
so it's
Tiger?
worth us. Yeah, let's go back to Tiger and get a more realistic yardage.
So south wind, that would be north to south. I think we want.
I think it'd be
west.
West, maybe northwest. I'm not sure. Try west and see.
Go from there. Play from here. High wind west. Let me save quick. At least we've got that locked in. Well, this is pinned one's bang in the middle. So, what do you reckon?
I'd come down a club again because it's down.
Mhm.
I'd come down again if we're going to try and
Mhm.
yeah, and I would potentially hit his choked approach. Hit right. Yeah, I think that would ensure that kick
That line about right?
from the fairway. Maybe a little bit right, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just about there. Just that
Mm-hmm.
edge of that fairway and
Okay.
7 iron. That ball's shot hard right. Yeah, there we go, mate.
Got a little run onto it. It's no gimme.
I just like how it worked its way onto the green there, though. You know,
Yep.
it's like you say, it's not feeding all the way down to the pin and going to give you an easy birdie.
Especially the fact that if you do overshoot your drive and you're in the rough, you've still got a shot at it.
Yes, that's the
That's
only
the key, isn't it, to that?
that's the key to that hole. That
Making it
you've
fun.
got a shot
From back here, you can
that,
still.
if required, it's
So,
going to play as we've expected it to.
so you've overrun your drive, say you're about here.
Yeah, and you're probably going to have to play that.
It's done it again. I'll work that out. Don't worry about that. I'll work that out. Find where we was there.
Yeah, there we are.
Alright. So it doesn't tell us the
No perfect
lie
swing. It won't give us
percentage.
the. I think you're probably going to have to hit your Tiger 7 iron. Probably just hit that neat, mate. I think that should still find that fairway and release out.
There's plenty,
Wow, that came out well.
plenty on that one. I have got a bit of. It always wants to take me back to that other hole. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wanting to take you back to the
I'll,
previous hole.
I'll work that out, mate. That's just a waypoint issue that needs to be
Yeah,
sorted out. But again, I
no
haven't got to
worries.
do a hell of a lot of planting around here. Do we want anything in terms of bunkers coming into this hole, into this approach shot? Are we going to gain anything by having any?
I think the only way it's going to be beneficial is potentially for the look of the hole. I don't think they're going to be
Sort of weird, is if we're
a
going to gain
hazard that's in
anything.
play. I think it's only going to change the look of the hole. I don't think
The only potential area maybe is to tuck one in here, isn't it?
would be to tuck one into there, but
So if you do kick left on a bump off this bump, it at least might kick you into one.
yeah, just like a little pot bunker there
Mm,
potentially.
just pop one in very, very quickly and then we'll call it a night in a minute. It's getting on a bit. So let's get it
Yeah,
down 3 or 4
raise it
foot.
down. Yeah, I think it would.
Make sure we're getting the runoffs from the fairway we want. About that.
Yeah, that left side of that fairway is going to naturally feed you into there. Yeah.
Let's get a little bunk on in. And then to make it even harder, we could just change that to that. We need a wee little one here. Maybe a bit bigger. Oh, up in there. Oh, it's gone to lally. There we go. Bunker spline, move spline. Make it a little bit bigger. Get that going.
There we go.
And then I was thinking maybe just to raise this a little bit up. So
Yeah,
I've just got an easy bunker shot out.
yeah. Make it a steep face bunker.
Don't want to encroach too much into the green. And then I'm going to dip this bit of land down a bit even more. So if you are more left, I want you to run into it. Even more. I like the fact that if I put a ridge there, this is what I did on that par 5 earlier. It's giving you something else to think about now.
Yes, it has.
you've still got your bump and run shot, especially over
Still got
here.
your bump and run shot. That's still going to work well for you. You know, it's
But you've got to be
just going to
right.
punish a wayward execution, isn't it?
I think so. And a bit of character to add to it. To
I
give
think
you
it does. It really adds something to the whole.
the
Like
bunker.
personally, I think it'd have to be a really bad shot for that to be in play.
It would, but it's only there
But
for
I
that
think
bump and
it's
run, isn't it? Now,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
But what I think it does do, most importantly, is like you say, gives a bit of character to the whole. That bunker's actually really eye-catching, to be fair. Wow, I didn't think it'd be
Quite
in
a shot.
your line of sight as much. That it maybe is in play more than I'm thinking, Steve, from back here. Then
Especially if we take a pin maybe right up to the left.
yeah,
Let's
it
take
does
us.
catch your eye. I really didn't expect that bunker
Yeah, if we get a
to
pin
be.
somewhere around here, Lee.
If you've got a pin there, it's definitely in play.
Mm. And you have also got something to work off the back of it. If you was
Yeah,
brave enough, if you're on a
yeah.
short
If you were brave enough to take that on,
or on a shorter approach shot, you might think I could work it off there and run it down.
yeah, feed it in.
Especially because you got. God, I've got to change that, haven't I? Yeah, it's given me plenty to work with overnight, mate. Over the next couple of days, got a lot of work to do.
That's another productive night, pal.
It is, and the only thing I want to suggest maybe next, I'm not sure whether to do it, but I'm having an hour in, is do 17 and 18 first. I'm not sure for the sake of the recording of the actual video series.
Yeah,
For my opinion, I do that because I want to use it while I've got all the percentage I can.
yes, I fully understand where you're coming from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're the two most important holes
I
for me.
think that makes sense, Steve, and then you can work back
Yeah, and I know what I've got left to
and see what
finish.
you've got to incorporate in with
Yeah,
the
I've done it
memory.
so
Yeah,
many times, Lee, where I've got to 18 and I'm flipping got nothing left, and I'm trying to
yes.
just work as much as I can with what I've got in it.
No, that fully makes sense to me.
Yeah, so we'll try that on the next video.
Try that in the next couple of videos, yeah, and get that 17th and 18th done because I think they're going to be an important finishing stretch to the course.
They are, especially with that difficult 17 par 3 we've been talking
Par
about.
3, yeah, and that's going to be a unique par 3.
Mhm.
It's going to be a par 3, it's going to be talked about.
It is, especially we got this to work with as well now.
A lot of people will play the course just for that par 3, in my opinion.
If we can pull it off how we want it, if we can get
Yeah,
it, if I can get the sculpting right and get the right height.
yeah. I mean, that's something people. I urge you to watch how we're going to try and create this par 3, guys. Very, very unique par 3 hole.
I can do it off a bloody video, but you've played it, so that's
Yeah, I've played it and I
valuable.
almost holed it, almost
So
aced it. And I'm
that's
not a good golfer.
that's valuable information because you know exactly what the tee shot look like. You can say
Yeah,
no, it needs to be
yeah.
higher. You know what I mean? Wicked. So we'll do that
Right, mate.
next, 17, 18, alright? I'll finish these two off. And when you come on next...
You'll probably have them finished by early
Tomorrow
hours of
night.
this morning.
Tomorrow night. I ain't going to do too much.
Right, well, Steve, thanks for having me, mate.
Yeah,
Really
thanks to
enjoyed that,
everyone
pal.
that's watched. Thanks, Lee. Nice one, mate.
Yeah, thanks to everyone that hung out with Steve and myself tonight. Really, really good having you guys interact with us. But right, oh, Steve, I'll catch you tomorrow then, pal.
Thanks, everyone.
Right, oh, guys,
Cheers.
see you later. Take care now. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Take
Bye.
care.